he gives me the story. The story is the crazy part, Jose. Because when you catch these stories, you're like, are they messing with me? Like, is this real? But no, but you like, is this real?
You pull my heartstrings. It is real because life is real, right?
So this is the story he tells me, Jose. He goes, woo, woo. Welcome to the Lending Lounge. We're gonna talk about today some positive energy because Jose, there's a lot of negativity going on in this industry.
Absolutely. With the rates, the market, the prices going high, everything is going
high. Inflation is up. No prices
too damn high.
Income is down. We had 300,000 loan officers last year. Now there's only 90,000 this year.
That's crazy. And I hear there's going to be even lower than that.
So again, instead of us coming out here and preaching something different or something about loans, I think we spend this little time today, Jose, preaching positivity.
Sounds good.
I need a good, homemade, heartfelt story from the corazon, if you will.
Okay,
tell me something that over the years, over your 11, 12-year career?
12 years.
12-year career. Tell me that feel-good story, that moment that you had with a client that you were like, this is why I do this. This is why I am a loan officer. This is why I do what I do.
My wife. This is why. I was in college, and trying to be somebody after you graduate. We always talk about kids like going to college and then having that money to be able to start their lives, right? So here I am. I graduated from college with my last name. I had no direction. I had a good job. And I finally got a promotion. Because I graduated, I got my promotion in my job. I had a pretty good, solid $35,000 a year, which I thought was great at that time frame. And it was amazing.
We were balling!
We were balling, baby. Anyways, and I tried to buy my first house. I ran into...
Failed miserably,
absolutely, right? I didn't have FICO scores where they needed to be. I didn't have money saved. But that loan officer that did that to me didn't tell me why. He did not tell me why, what I need to do to get to the place where I could buy a house. There was no encouragement. There was no, I'm going to be here with you. And that's kind of why I do this job, right? I got into this business because you brought me in. And I started as a process in 2012 when we were doing HARP refinances and stuff like that, and it was a great time. And then we got into the purchase game. And I wanted to be that guy that you could talk to no matter what it is about, be real with me. And I wanted to be that person that was going to walk you every bit of the steps to buy your house, right? And not do and fail you like somebody failed me. So I got into the business because of somebody failing me, and I didn't ever want to be that person for anybody else, right? I want to walk you through this whole process. I always call it white glove service. That's exactly what it is, but it's really family service. I want to treat you like family. I want to make sure that you're knowing what you're getting into. This is the biggest investment in your life. Making sure and assuring you this is a great step for you, right? Whatever that payment is, if you're comfortable with. I don't want you just working. I know you got to have a life too. So I want to make sure I walk you through that process. And then ultimately get to the closing table, which is not an easy task.
By no means.
I know we make it look easy at times because we're so good at what we do, and other people can make it look easy as well because they're good at what they do. But there is so much that goes into a loan on the back end side that most people don't know about.
100%.
And I think honestly, one of my, as far as good fulfilled stories was this kid that I closed back in 2013, and he came to me, had no knowledge of the same thing that I did. He's starting his life, got married, having his first child. He wants to buy his first house. It was a starter home for him, and it was everything that came to him at the right perfect time because it was a short sale. We know short sales are nightmares. They can be nightmares. Somebody happened to fall out of that short sale. He was into that short sale. I already had him pre-approved, but I said, look, it's going to be tasking because we need to do A, B, and C. And we'll get to D and Z when you buy your house. And when you're at the closing table, you're going to thank me for it. Check this out. Went through a whole process. Everything I said was done on that loan.
A, B, C.
A, B, C, all the way to Z. We got to the closing table. That man rushed to me and gave me a hug with tears in his eyes. Told me everything you said came to fruition. And it was fulfilled, right? It was fulfillment for me. Because I don't look at clients as a number. I don't look at clients as a paycheck. I'm beyond that now at this point, right? I look at everybody as, I humanize the whole process. And maybe that's the fault for me, right? Some people is like, you shouldn't have your job to be treating people like, family members, that you should be very business oriented. I'm never going to change who I am. I'm never going to change the fact that I came into this business to help people out. I'm never going to change that no matter what. Nothing will ever make me change my ways. And there's times when people say that's not the way you should be because you're not going to have enough business. I'm like, I beg to differ, because I love going to the closing table and everybody smiling and everybody having a good time, even at the moments where it's taken people to close forever. And sometimes they're salty about that, but we got there, and we got there together because I'm on your side. Your realtor's on your side. We're in your team, and it's the most fulfilling moment of my career so far. Every closing is a fulfilling moment. I feel that, and it's more fulfilling when you go through a rough time trying to get your clients and you walk them through everything, and it just works out. Right? Because there's so much uncertainty in this business. There's so many anxiety. I know there's a lot of clients out there with anxiety. They'll call me after a clear to close. I get a clear to close, and there's still anxiety written. They're like, is this really going to be working out? Other lenders have lied to me. Other people have failed me. Are you really going to close this loan? And I just have that smile on my head because I know we're going to be at the table together. We're going to celebrate together, and you're going to remember me. You're never going to change me out again because I did everything for you that other people wouldn't do. And that's why I love this job. I never changed that. I love the closing. I love taking the applications too. That's where I build the rapport. But I love the closing.
100%. The same question coming my way. I think we came into this business, and I had a similar experience with Jose. I tried to get pre-approved. I was pre-approved. I didn't have no money, and he didn't explain to me nothing, no programs, no anything. And again, there's not always programs available for down payment assistance, or if there are, you have to have a certain credit score. You have to have certain criteria met in order to be able to get that. Fast forward, got into the business. I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing it now 15 years, and I want to say, the biggest asset or the biggest thing that I do is just like Jose say, anytime somebody comes to me, we're family. Like, I'm going to talk to you in your language, right? Like, I'm not going to try to, I know a lot of people out there, especially in the banking field, and we've seen it. People want to try to exude how intelligent or how smart they are and want to try to talk circles around you. Look, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you in beans and rice. You're going to understand exactly what I'm saying the whole step of the way. And if you don't, ask me again so that I can explain it to you again, right? Because I want you to know exactly what you're getting into. This is the biggest purchase of your life. We deal with this transaction every day. The average person might deal with it 2 or 3 times in a lifetime. So for me, one of the biggest ones was again, I'm like Jose. I like to explain everything thoroughly. I like the client to know exactly what they're getting into. And I remember one client that comes in, and he still comes in. Again, you know who you are. I'm not gonna name no names, but you come in every now and then to drink coffee.
I'm about to say your name. I'm glad I did.
You come in and you drink coffee with me. If you see this video, tag yourself. Let yourself be known. But he came into the office one time. I remember he came in. It was I want to say it was like December. It was right around Christmas time. And he comes in, and we're talking. And one of my favorite things to do is first time home buyers. And I have a special spot in my heart for veterans just because I grew up. My parents were in the military, my dad was in the military, my brother's in the military. So I've been always around that life. So he comes in, he's a veteran. He tells me, he was like, look, I've been turned down. I don't know that I can do this loan, but he gives me the story. The story is the crazy part, Jose. Because when you catch these stories, you're like, are they messing with me? Like, is this real? But you like, is this real?
You pull my heartstrings. It is real because life is real, right?
So this is the story he tells me, Jose. He goes, I went to church last weekend, and I'm there with my wife, and the pastor's talking about keys. And he looks at me, he says, young man, give me your keys. So supposedly he threw his keys to the pastor, and the pastor's like, you're looking for that one key that you still don't have on your keychain. He's like, but you're gonna get it soon. If you work hard, you're gonna get it. So he comes to me, telling me pretty much that God is telling him that he's gonna have a house. Jose, what kind of position do you think that puts me in?
You gotta do everything you gotta do to make it happen.
Everything possible. Everything
Absolutely.
possible. So he comes, we talk, he tells me the story. I'm like, oh my God. Like, how am I gonna deal with this? Like, this is like tough. This is the situation. So I look at his credit, I tell him, I was like, look, right now your credit scores are here. You can't buy a house at this moment. Like, it's not gonna happen. But I highlighted, went through his whole credit report, showed him, I need you to pay this one down. I need you to bring this one to do this. I need you to do this with this one. I think if you take all these steps, I told him, if you do all these steps in 3 months, come back and you'll be ready. Because we have a credit simulator where we can figure these things out, right? He comes back, Jose, in a month.
No lie.
No lie. 1 month. Didn't even give me the 3. Came back in 1 and said, Pablo, I'm done. I'm ready to go. And I'm like, oh no. But I'm going to do my due diligence, right? So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to look through the, take everything in. I asked him for his documentation. I asked him for proof of all the collections I told him to pay off. I asked for proof of the things that he settled with. And lo and behold, he got a score. So a credit score where I can't withdraw. And then 30 days later, we're at the closing table. So, you know, those moments, and then, like I said, now it's a friendship, right? Because now you've seen him. He comes in all the time. We drink coffee. He'll come in here and we just talk like friends. And I mean, he looks young, but he's a lot older than me. He's a lot older than Jose. But he'll come in here and he'll talk like he's our age, and we're just having a grand time drinking coffee and talking about life.
That's great, man.
So, you know, these are the things that keep us moving. And I've got tons of stories like this. Like, this is just one that, like, right now that I'm thinking. But I've got tons of stories, and I know you do too. And maybe this is a series we can do where we keep talking about these happy moments. But that's one that I do appreciate. And, you know, it puts everything in perspective for you. Like,
why we do this stuff? You
realize, you know, God is good. You realize that these people are coming to you for a reason, for help. They want you to be treated with respect. They don't want somebody to tell them, oh, you can't afford this, you can't do this, goodbye, get out of my face. Like, we're going to take the time, we're going to do everything possible.
That's why I do this job. And that's why I take pride in this job, you know. Man, it's so fulfilling, and you have no idea unless you're in my shoes or in Pablo's shoes, you know, and just seeing smiles, seeing stories, seeing actual humanity in front of you. And, you know, these people are, some people are great, and they go through real seamless, and other people, there's a lot of work that we have to do, and I take pride in both.
100%. So this was another episode of the Lending Lounge. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like the stories, leave us a comment, share this with anybody that you see, anybody that's out there watching. Do something. Just let us know that you're watching and you're enjoying the content that we're putting out. Even if you're not buying a house, we appreciate the likes, the shares, and all that. And again, this is the Lending Lounge.
Closes are made simple.